Welcome back to Real Florida Magazine.
Welcome back here today again on the beautiful campuses of Florida Panhandle Technical College. Here today with Jennifer Griffin from Covenant Hospice, talking about everything that is Covenant Hospice, but specifically today, Mistletoe Market. An opportunity to get some great bargains, to get an opportunity to see and purchase locally made, handmade goods in large part. If you've seen any of our segments that have dealt with Mistletoe Market in the past, you've seen some of the great vendors, some of the opportunities for getting a jump start on your holiday shopping. We're going to talk to Jennifer about all this and more when we come back, and we will be right back. Welcome back. As mentioned, our guest today, Jennifer Griffin from Covenant Hospice. Why are you so smiley today?
I just love being here with you, Paul.
Thanks for taking the time. I know we sort of played phone tag for a while, but we're getting close to holiday season. There's a little nip in the air already, dare I say. Not really a nip in the air, but it is definitely more bearable.
For Florida.
For Florida. When I first moved to Florida, interestingly, 45 years ago, somebody said there are 3 seasons: too hot, too cold, and too nice to work. And we're getting into that fishing season, too nice to work stuff. And I don't even fish, but I mean, I'll use that as an excuse not to come in.
Any day.
Mistletoe Market, that's what we'll talk about first.
Okay.
We've been fortunate enough to attend your event, get lots of photos, certainly lots of videos, do lots of interviews. To a person, there has not been, I dare say, a vendor or an attendee who has anything negative to say. It's just a great time. For those who don't know about it, let's start at the beginning. What is Mistletoe Market?
This event, we're actually going into the 3rd year. It was just an idea that we came up with, wanting to do, always looking for something different to bring to our area that nobody else really does. And we have an event similar up in Dothan. So to try to do that here in our area on a much smaller scale, we came up with the idea to do a shopping event. I mean, who doesn't love to shop? We actually get, well, let me just say, what woman doesn't love to shop? I'm sure Debbie will get your fair share too. So we have rented the Ag Conference Center on Penn Avenue in Mariana. We divvy that up into 10 by 10 booth spaces and sell it to local vendors who bring their wares and goods in and actually sell them. We have $5 a person to get in the door. And with that ticket, you have right close to 30 different vendors who come from all over the tri-state area and sell their goods. We preface the whole show really around Christmas shopping and making sure that you can get something for everybody on your Christmas list. The show has been amazingly just well received with the community, with the vendors, volunteers. I always love to volunteer at the event. It's just something that we are really proud of at Covenant Hospice that we got to bring to this area.
Yeah, and we're showing clips of the past events now. You answered one of my questions, which was, are you going to expand the size of the event and the number of vendors? You seem to have tapped out available space.
Sure.
I think the first year you were already busting at the seams. Last year you moved things around a little bit. I think you squeezed in a few more vendors. You had some out in the hallways. What's new and exciting? Have you already got some good response from vendors? I know that most of them last year returned from the first year. Is that the case again?
It is. It absolutely is. We sent out the vendor packets back in February, and by the end of March, we were full.
Wow.
So that was amazing. We're really excited about that. We are shifting around some of the locations of the vendors. I do like to try to keep them in their same spot just because people have learned where they are. But we are going to shift that around and change it up a little bit. And the vendors are very excited about coming back. You know, shoppers are always excited about it. So we're just excited for another great show. We've added the Thursday night shopping hours last year, and that was probably one of our busiest nights. So that was a very good addition. We're excited. We started bringing in the cafe where people can eat there. So we want it to be a one-stop shop. We want it to be something fun for a group of ladies to come after work, or spend your Saturday with family doing it, and just have something for everybody there.
Yeah, I remember talking to the young lady that owns Gigi's Cupcakes in Dothan, and she said that they sold out very early on Thursday evening. ended up selling out again on Friday,
Yes.
and she had to go back and bake her goods fresh each day in Dothan.
Yeah.
But was very glad to do it.
Very much so.
And even being a national franchise, which is what they are, she said it opened up some eyes within the corporate franchisees about getting out there in the public and doing these kinds of events. We were fortunate enough to interview several people out there. A preponderance of handmade, homemade, or at least home-style goods. Is that what you try to veer towards?
I really do want this show to be about showcasing local talent. I really want just our community to realize what talent we have right here in our backyards. And I want somebody to remember that shopping experience at the Mistletoe Market, that they went and they found something that they couldn't get any other time of the year. I want them to know that, well, my grandmother really loved that homemade soap from Miss Corey at 10 Acre Woods, or I really love that, chalkboard that we got from Living Life Repurposed with Sissy Woodall, and I know that she'll have something just as special this year there. Not to discount, things that you can get throughout the year, but just to build some value into the show and have that repeat, shoppers come back to know that there's going to be something new and different and special that they can't get any other time of the year.
Interestingly, when we interviewed some of your vendors, their thoughts were sort of directly in line with yours. Now, I don't know, I know that some of them probably have grown into your philosophy over the last couple of years, but for the most part, you talk about Corey and some of the other people who make their own products. It's the perfect venue for them, and they like to do those kinds of events. Yours being just a little bit more upscale. Typically, if you charge a gate, if there is an entry fee, you're going to qualify or pre-qualify that audience. And nothing wrong with a free event. As a matter of fact, we encourage most of our clients to do just that, because those people are going to spend the money on food and beverage once they get in. But for something like yours, you are charging them to come in and spend money. And sometimes that works against you. In your case, it's an exclusive opportunity to be exposed and to buy product. And so it's actually a philosophy that's worked out quite well for you. Your vendors were extremely happy. Your attendees were extremely happy. We, again, as I said earlier, we interviewed many customers, and they just were totally pleased. Even if they didn't spend any money, even if they didn't find that just perfect Christmas gift for somebody, they had a ball networking with people. Everybody seemed to know everybody, or at least by the time they left. There were some of those people, I hesitated to walk by because they just would reach out and grab you and want to talk to you, which is not a bad thing because it is a community event. And how that ties in with where I'm going with this is the fact that Covenant is so engaged in that community, and this is one of your larger fundraisers.
It is.
Now, you recently had a garden gala not too long ago in the summertime. That, I would dare say, being your single largest fundraiser?
Yes, absolutely it is. We just celebrated our 10th year, so it is definitely, Garden Gala is our signature fundraising event, but it's a much different event. It's not comparing apples to apples with the two events. It definitely offers to different demographics. Some people just enjoy going and sitting down, having a band, having an auction, and having that more formalized event. All while supporting Covenant Hospice. And then on the flip side, with the Mistletoe Market, it's so much more just laid back and casual. And I did get a lot of raised eyebrows about charging $5 to get into shop. But I think that's so minimal in the grand scheme of things, of knowing that $5 is going to help buy medicine for one of our patients.
Well, not only that, but you have hard costs associated with renting the hall, with decorating. Even though you're driven in very large part by volunteers, you still have some hard costs. You have to print and advertise. And, at the end of the day, you're preaching to the choir, as far as that. And I think that it all goes back to that philosophy that people sometimes don't appreciate what there is given to them.
Right.
And so if they have a little skin in the game, and as you point out, $5 being a minimal amount,